One thing I learned in talking to the crew captains was how important the New Orleans police were to pulling off a successful Mardi Gras. They had to balance themselves on a tightrope of making people feel welcome, but also enforcing the law and not letting people get too crazy.
Yeah, the police force are basically just, they have their arm out like this, then the boundaries are wide. It's you feel protected and watched, you feel free.
I don't know, there was some controversy about whether they were going to start cracking down on women revealing their breasts. I'm like, that's what you're going to crack down on? Really?
Yeah, technically that's against the law, but the police department has always had a high tolerance to that in the French Quarter, on Bourbon Street, in that environment.
I think they're pretty liberal during Mardi Gras, They're probably going to give you more of a break than they would another time, but don't think for a second that if you step too far out of line, they do their job. I saw that. Yeah, they're very serious about it. It's a big job because, like I said, they feel like they're responsible for all these guests that have come to the city. They want to take care of them.
The crowd sees them on the street and they think they just stand there and watch the parade. No. You don't realize what is going on behind those scenes.
Well, there's a statement among captains of organizations that once the parade starts, the police run it.
It's interesting to see that, a guy on a horse in this dense concentration of people, and the horse very calmly just kind of walking through the crowd.
Those officers that are on those horses almost become like rock stars because everyone gravitates at the horse, and it's just a good level of interaction there.
New Orleans is a very hospitable city, so even though you're a law enforcer, you have to walk that fine line with being a hospitable person, although you're in authority, and doing your job and allowing them to have the fun that they have, as long as they don't get completely out of hand. And even when they get a little bit out of hand, the New Orleans Police Department has trained their officers to be able to know up to what point do they have to really use the significant force that they have to get this person to understand, look, this is a party, but you can't do anything you want to do here.
If you get arrested at Mardi Gras, you deserve to go to jail because you've really pushed it beyond a limit.
If a person is drunk and he's acting a little foolish, but he's not really hurting anyone or annoying anyone, then there's really no need to step in and try to fix something that's really not broke. Because that's an environment, that's normal for an environment of that nature.
They're stuck on a parade road and just watching people sometimes just not think. I admire them.
They might be very good at handling crowds, but if you screw up, I'm sure they're really good at taking care of that in a very inconspicuous way. You just go and you disappear.
An amazing thing is how they end Mardi Gras. You know what I'm talking about. The police department, mounted on horseback, along with the police chief and the mayor, start at Canal Street in Bourbon, go down Bourbon Street, announcing that Mardi Gras is over, it's time to clear the streets and go home.
In an effort to say the party's over, it's time to go home, and Ash Wednesday is approaching.
And if they didn't go down there and do what they do, it would never end. So they used to, in the old days, ring the bells at St. Louis Cathedral to signify the beginning of Lent.
The fact that you can police that many people without incident is a credit to the New Orleans Police Department.
The police officers are tolerant and understanding to allow Mardi Gras to breathe and live the way it does.
Between the police and the sanitation department for who has the toughest job, that's a tie.
By and large, Mardi Gras is a safe celebration.
We have police, fire, and EMS that are second to none. They make Mardi Gras work safely and nicely.